Welcome into the Cowboys Report, presented today by Manscaped. 20% off and free shipping on all their products, from the Lawnmower 4.0 to their new beard hedger. Manscaped.com, promo code Cowboys. We promised you 2 videos. You were going to get a second one no matter what because of the news today. Dan Quinn is staying in Dallas. The Cowboys defensive coordinator, just like last year, has passed on potentially being hired as a head coach. He was a clear finalist in Indianapolis, in Denver, and in Arizona. He is choosing to once again stay with the Dallas Cowboys as the defensive coordinator. A huge, massive win for the Cowboys. Assuming they don't get hired as a DC elsewhere, it means Joe Witt, Dirty, etc. will be back alongside Quinn as that very strong defensive staff mostly stays the same. No George Edwards. We'll see. Quinn wasn't happy with that one, I don't think. But either way, he is back in Dallas. It is a massive win for the Cowboys. They once again keep one of the top defensive coordinators who chooses to be selective as opposed to jumping at the available head coaching jobs that were out there. Passed on Denver this time. I think the first time around, they passed on him. This time, he passed on them. So like the video, if you are hyped about Dan Quinn's return as the Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator, I think every single person should be liking today's video, so do it right now. We'll move now to the latest on Kellen Moore. This was actually going to be the entirety of today's video following Mike McCarthy's press conference, which was very funny timing. Said he didn't know what was going to happen with Dan Quinn, thought there'd be a decision soon, and then literally 10 minutes later, Dan Quinn's back, which is awesome. Mike was less committal about Kellen Moore's return, however, as the team's offensive coordinator. Mike McCarthy declined to answer questions about Moore's future, saying everyone needed to be evaluated. He needed to take time and go through that whole process there. And the non-answer did kickstart speculation about Kellen's future as the OC a day, really hours after he missed out on the Panthers head coaching job. Kellen only just got back in the building today, so the standard evaluation process didn't happen for Kellen Moore here. Mike was asked several times, is some variation of, is Kellen going to be back? And he said, I don't want to play this game today. Kellen Moore, just like the rest of the coaches, will be evaluated. It's because of the result we had that I have to answer these questions. Every coach, including myself, has to be evaluated. Mike was a little bit feisty. I think he's tired. He's been in the facility a lot doing exit interviews, mostly with players. Let go of 6 coaches the past 24 hours, several of which are close friends. But the door is at least open for a potential moving on from Kellen Moore as the offensive coordinator. I do believe Mike when he says he hasn't had a chance to evaluate him. Kellen hasn't been around. He's been in Carolina interviewing for a couple days. So that actual process hasn't happened. I would say that Mike could have also just said, yes, he's back, and then changed his mind later if he wanted to, but he at least left the door open. So I think that is significant here. So pin comment here. Do you want Kellen Moore back as the Cowboys offensive coordinator? Y for yes, N for no. This is the pinned comment on today's video. So if an ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there, let me know. Y for yes, N for no. I fully anticipate getting more N's, which I understand. I get where you're coming from there. There is a legit argument, though, on both sides here to keep Kellen, not keep Kellen. At minimum, there do need to be some adjustments that we'll get into. Some of the pros are, right? The offense has scored a lot. It has. You got a lot. And Mike mentioned that. You're averaging 30 points a game with your healthy quarterback and healthy offensive coordinator. It's not bad. It's not. We can't sit here and say the OC's a disaster, the quarterback's a disaster, everything sucks on the offense when it's statistically really good. That's not to say there isn't room to get better. It is inconsistent. The reliance of the bad designs, how many times are we going to call a curl route? We can't keep calling curl routes, hitch routes, comeback routes, any variation of the run straight, turn around route isn't working. Kellen's still young. There is upside. There's been flashes of really good designs and play calling. And there is, of course, the downside. Who do you get to replace Kellen? There are some good options out there. If you just go, Doug Nussmeier will do the job for us, who's out of a contract, by the way, that's a big fat no. And I would wonder if Mike wants to sit down with Kellen and go, can we make these changes? And if it's a stubborn no, well, then maybe you do move on. If it's let's try this, and this, maybe he ends up keeping his job. But it is not a lock either way. Kellen is back or fired as the Dallas Cowboys offensive coordinator. That's just not the situation that they're in right now. The Dan Quinn news, not the only breaking news today, as Manscaped has launched, their new beard hedger, a premium beard trimmer. The leaders in below-the-waist grooming now coming through with an above or on or just slightly below the chin grooming as well. Beard like a pro from Manscaped. And just like all of their other products, they're giving you 20% off and free shipping when you head over to manscaped.com and use promo code Cowboys for 20% off and free shipping. Are you tired of using multiple products to maintain your beard? Look no further than the luxury Beard Hedger Pro Kit from Manscaped. All the products you see on screen, that's what you're getting. And for a limited time, you can get 20% off and free shipping when you go to promo code Cowboys. Or use promo code Cowboys at manscaped.com. Don't wait. Get your Beard Hedger Pro Kit today and take your beard game to the next level. You got everything you need now, right? Because you've been a long-time Cowboys watcher. You already have your Lawnmower 4.0. You're set for down there. Now take care of this up here. Manscaped.com, promo code Cowboys. We're going to spend some more time here on the offensive side since, Kellen just kind of goes, we did it, or Dan Quinn goes, we did it, we're good. Perfect. Defense is fine. You'll make some minor tweaks there. You're good. Offensively, that's where things are a bit more up in the air with some various personnel moves. I've heard nothing new on Doug Nussmeier. He is out of a contract per Todd Archer. He was not announced, though, as one of the first 6 coaches who were not being retained, but not announced that he's gone. I do not want Doug Nussmeier as this team's offensive coordinator. That just feels like, 6 wasn't the right answer. Can we try half a dozen as the answer? And frankly, it might even be you're trying to get to 10, you're at an 8, maybe 7 is closer. It's not actually going to be an upgrade. I don't want to have a scenario, and this has been my working theory. I will emphasize theory on that front. Maybe you only keep one of Doug Nussmeier and Kellen Moore. That's just an option that I've got, but of the two, I think I'd rather keep Kellen from that standpoint. So percent chance the Cowboys bring back Kellen Moore. I've got some other options for you at either OC or quarterbacks coach here in a moment. But be honest, percent chance Dallas brings back Kellen Moore for the next season. If Kellen Moore does not return, I promise you we'll do an entire video on Kellen Moore replacements. Some brief names to consider. The left side, if you don't hire them as the OC, you could certainly try going out and getting him as a quarterbacks coach and bring some new minds in. Byron Leftwich, Mike LaFleur, Scott Turner, I meant to put Commanders OC, but he's also with the Panthers, so it still kind of works. Marcus Brady, all fired and or scapegoated offensive coordinators. I love them as my quarterbacks coach. If you want to go promote someone else and hire a new OC, Brian Johnson, Zach Robinson, Bobby Slowick. If you want to get I love Brian Johnson long-term as a coach. I think there's a lot of upside there. If you want to get the Sean McVay or the Kyle Shanahan member of the staff, throw Thomas Brown in there too, potentially. Eric Bieniemy's been requested for OC jobs. Maybe the Chiefs would let him leave, at least a consideration there. But if the Cowboys make more coaching moves, and really as they make more moves, hiring a new O-line coach, etc., we're going to keep you guys updated. So make sure you are subscribed. Free videos every single day right here on the Cowboys Report. Some final brief thoughts here just on the OC side of things. You cannot bring back both Kellen Moore and Doug Nussmeier. That's not going to lead to the adjustments I think you need. I don't think you need to blow the entire thing up and start from scratch. And I think that's basic. Listening to the whole Mike McCarthy press conference, that's kind of the implication I took away from it, that you don't need to make a whole new offense. You still had a lot of success this year, but you're trying to get from top 10 overall to top 4, top 2, top 1. That's all of our goals. We can't sit here and think that it's a disaster. I'll show you disastrous offenses. It's not the Cowboys. But you do need more voices. You do need new voices. You need to have someone in that building has to say, you know what? Kellen, we can't call on our second to last drive of the game, the most important drive, our last real shot to win. We cannot run, I think it was 10 curls, a go, and a flat route, and three running back checkdowns. Those were your final 14 routes. Though you can't run 10 hitches. That's not going to work. You have to help. Your receivers weren't getting open. Your scheme hurt a little bit there too. So I'm hoping some change comes at minimum at the quarterback coach spot. You're bringing a new OC. It's not Doug Nussmeier. I won't be that mad at it in the end. You guys can feel free to agree or disagree on social media. My DMs are open at @WhatGoingDowney on Twitter, and that's also my Instagram handle as well.